Hello, my magical friends. Welcome back to your Saturday shenanigan edition of the Magic Life. I am Nina Diedrich, the Magic Mom, and this is our nightly 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. showing. We're going to connect with Source and pull some cards and see what is going on energetically in the collective over the next 24-hour period. Hello, Taylor. I hope you're having a great weekend. So, how has everybody's weekend been? Mine has been action-packed and full of amazingness. Got some house renovation stuff going and took a little trip down to the French Quarter today for the first time. It was pretty awesome, actually. And I never realized how huge those riverboats are. All right, we're going to start tonight off with a Soul Truth card, and these are by Brianna Hovey. You can find a listing of all of my personal decks that I own. They are Amazon affiliate links. It does not cost you anything, but when you shop through them, I do get a small token thank you gift from Amazon. All right. Also, if you guys did not hear, the Patreon is back up and running, and we have some awesome new merchandise available for select tier groups. You do have to continue your subscription for 3 months before they send it to you, but that's just the way that they have set it up. I don't really have any control over that. But you can either get a sticker, a coffee mug, or a t-shirt with our logo on it that says Living the Magic Life. And I had a lot of fun creating those. So it was pretty awesome. Let's get our first card. Maybe after I pick them all up off the floor. Oh my goodness. All right. Our question is definitely not 6, so let's try that again. This one right here. And our first card for today says, am I focused on what I want most? And that is an excellent question for all of us right now. Are you focusing on the lack of whatever it is that you're looking for, or are you focusing on getting to where you want to go by focusing on all the awesome things that you already have to appreciate? Hello, Ronnie. Welcome back. So, the card says, one reason so few of us achieve what we really want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. And that's a quote by Tony Robbins. Our first soul action for today says, what you focus on grows. So today, ask yourself, is your life a reflection of your values, or do you need to make adjustments? And then prioritize that, okay? Let's get a couple more questions. Oh, and also I am back on Facebook too as well. The link is in the channel art, or you can just look me up under Nina Diedrich on Facebook, and hopefully it'll pop my name up. There it is. Ooh, nice. And our next question for today says, do you know all of your strengths? And are you using them? Ooh, I like that. Oh, thanks, babe. It's kind of a mess right now. The humidity is like 4 bajillion here, and I spent a lot of time out in it today, so it's just kind of, I don't know, gone wild and doing whatever it wants. All right, back to the question, though. It says we all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius, and this inspires others to do the same. It's kind of why I started this channel a little bit too. I wanted to show that even though it is a little bit scary putting yourself out there, it can definitely be worth it because, all of those other awesome people who vibe at the same level as you will find you in time. We started out with 1 subscriber, and that was my husband. And now we're up to 315. Can you guys believe it? And I have almost 22,000 views and almost 1,000 videos. You can do it too. Just stick with it. It takes dedication. Now, our second soul action for today says, ask yourself, how can you use one of your soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? Nice. And some of you are already doing that. I have listed a lot of your guys' YouTube channels on my own channel page so that we can all create an even bigger tribe. So if you're watching this and you also have a YouTube channel that you would like me to feature, hit me up either in email or commenting on this video or in the chat or in some way, and let me know. I'm always about furthering awakening by offering awesome stuff. All right, let's get one more. Beautiful. Where can you create more space? So instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule this weekend, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Your third and final soul action says, do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self, and make space, therefore, so clarity can come. And you can figure out what those awesome strengths are that you have to offer people. And it'll help you to keep focused on the things that you want most as well. Nice. I like that start. Let's get a few Divine Doors cards out of Andresh and Gracia's deck. The Soul Truth cards are by Brianna Hovey. I very often asked myself that very same question when I had 3 of my own babies at home. And, if bed makes enough money, you sure can. If not, it gives you something to do during nap time. But, don't feel bad. It's not always going to stay that way, especially when you have littles at home. All right. We have 4 Divine Doors to choose from. If you would like, you may choose a number between 1 and 4, and in that way personalize this message even more. But we're going to use this as a collective today. And the first door is this one, Patience. It says, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Nice. That kind of goes with creating more space to just be, right? Our second door is Jude's Song, and it is a reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. Our third door is the Odyssey door. So take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. Get out there and enjoy nature, my friends. And the last one is the Morning Memory card. And its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn is our inspired source. And we get the Meditate Under the Sun card again. Beautiful. Let's get the bottom door on this deck too, just for shits and giggles. And it is this one, the Sunset card. Nice. And it says, time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sun's light burns, right? And everything fades into the morning's memory, right? It may look kind of bad right now, but Tomorrow is a whole new start to a brand new beginning, right? Right? Nice. Okay. Let's get a Woman Runes card today, and we will read this one out of the book. These are by Mark and Molly Reamer. Actually, these ones are actually by Molly Reamer. The runes were originally created by Shakina Mountain Water, and she is definitely a leader in the Divine Feminine movement. Oh. Well, just one is not going to do today, apparently. We get 3. There's the 3 card again, or the 3 number again. 25. 7, intuition. This is about intuiting our freedom and liberation via a little bit of a revolution in our perspective, right? We'll read the last card out of the book because it'll take too long to read all 3 of these. All right, the next one is the Cauldron of Dancing Women card, and this is about honoring our loyalty and commitment, not only to ourselves, but also to our tribe. So thank you all for being loyal to this one. You all mean more to me than you'll ever know. And the box card, 8. This is the rune of boundaries, limitation, stability, and lessons. And this is very often something that we either get put into or we build ourselves. So let's read what Molly Reamer has to say about this particular rune. The number 8 is also the number of the infinite, remembering you are part of the all. Okay. So this card says boundaries, hemmed in, closed off, boxed off, or safe, protective, and assertive. How do you need to stand up for yourself, and what do you need to speak about? How do you own your own needs? How do you respect your own inner call? And what do you want to do? How do you want to spend your time? The box reminds us of the critical importance of saying no and how that relates to our ability to stay alive, vibrant, connected, and vital. In order to be of good service, in order to be strong and healthy, sometimes we will disappoint others, let them down, say no to good ideas, good projects, and even sometimes to legitimate requests for help. But what does your body want from you? What does your soul want from you? What do you need? And heed that call. Set firm boundaries. Establish personal space. Draw lines in the sand if needed. Mothers know. Women know. The boundaries must also be fluid and flexible, because that which cannot yield when necessary snaps and breaks. So make sure that in your effort not to become taken advantage of, you do not become shut off, boxed in, and unable to connect. We must forever balance the forces of separation and connection. Boundaries. Boundaries, lines, squares, diamonds, protective forces, sometimes with sharp edges, sometimes with assertive language, but blessedly essential to wholeness of being and defragmentation of self. Sometimes we desperately need the box. And so we refine these boundaries, hone them, trust them, own them, respect them in ourselves and in others. And when that is what our lives call out for. And the time has come to draw firm lines today. And not only with others, but also with yourself. Are you choosing to stick with those commitments that you have made, or are you letting your boundaries be lax and then pissing and moaning because things are not going the way that you want? It's something that we all kind of fall into every now and then, right? Okay, let's get a couple Nature's Whisper Oracle cards. I'm just going to pull them out of the box. And we'll get these two. Nice. We get the 5 and the 15. So the 5 card is clear out the old, right? So we are still purging a little bit as we learn to focus on what it is that we do want instead of focusing it on what we feel like we lack, right? And the 15 is the catch your breath card, reminding us that this is a time of rest and relaxation and planning. So let's read those. Okay, I think we've all gotten pretty familiar with the clear out the old card, but here it is. And those of you who have the owl messenger, it is in this card. So remember, magical friends, whatever you're experiencing now is a creation that you have brought into existence from past thoughts and feelings. While in this moment it may have caught you up, you can let go and begin to dream of a new reality. So let go of the aspects of this creation that no longer serve you or have a purpose, and release what has gone wrong in the past. Release also any material possessions that do not serve the new dream you now want to create. Know that where you are now, you can create anew and begin again. So use this time to catch your breath and make a decision about what it really is that you want to focus on. It says, take a break and enjoy a quiet period. This time can be used to regroup, recover, and stabilize yourself. It is wise to keep in mind the fact that this is for a limited period of time. You're pausing to regain your footing. As you evaluate your environment, check to see if you need to clear any ill will with anyone. Ask for forgiveness and be willing to forgive as necessary to move forward. Enjoy this downtime. Acknowledge the importance of recharging your energy so you are refreshed and ready to tackle life and any challenges that come your way. And, as a collective, we're kind of getting a big, giant, massive timeout from the universe with all of these things that are going on. And it's teaching us how to focus our energy on what it is that we need personally instead of focusing constantly on what we feel society needs from us, right? Instead, we're learning how to figure out what we need from society instead. And a lot of that is just the ability to be able to focus and say, okay, this is what's working for me, but this is not. And, well, I need to find a solution to this issue. The world is full of solutions, luckily. So you can either look at it as the problem that needs to be solved or look at it as, well, a puzzle that needs to be solved instead. It is often more about the way that you react to something rather than what actually is happening. And a lot of things are being triggered right now so that we look at those feelings that we have buried from past situations. So things that you're going through right now that are really triggering you may not be triggering you because of what's going on right now, but maybe triggering you because it reminds you of something else that happened in the past, whether it was this life or another one. So how can we move past that, huh? Let's get a Sacred Traveler card. And we get the Taking Shelter card. The answers are within. They often are, right? Funny. So this is, again, a card of retreat. So replenish your inner resources, incubate your ideas for the future, renew your energy. Do whatever you need to do to care for yourself. Mend your physical objects in your home. Organize your possessions and heal relationships. Protect yourself from less than positive outside forces. Clutter clear. But at the same time, gather your resources around you as well. You are preparing for a kind of springtime energy in your life. But take care of the details and create a foundation now before this spurt of energy. Otherwise, it can seem overwhelming. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know with this card, when winter comes or a storm threatens, the Traveler takes shelter. It's a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources, because it's time to plan and prepare for the future and for springtime, new beginnings, and a new cycle. The Traveler knows the importance of rest and recuperation, so take care of your body and your health. Watch your dreams for insights about the future and repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. And remember, the answers are within. You've already probably more than likely gotten a lot of, indicators of which way you should go as we enter into this next phase of the year, winter, right? We're all settling down to figure out what it is that we want to bring into our lives come springtime, the time of rebirth. And that's what this next 3 or 4 month period is really going to be about, going within, so we don't have to go without anymore. Speaking of that particular phrase, let's get a financial card from the Money and Love Law of Attraction deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Let's see what message Abraham has for us. Nice. Because we can set our own standards for financial well-being, right? We are creators creating, God godding, life lifing, divinity being divine. We do have a choice. It is not what the world is doing to us, but what we're reacting to what is going on, right? So once you are able to achieve and consistently maintain your personal alignment, a great deal of money will flow into your experience, if that is your desire, or it could appear as some other form of abundance in your love life, your family, and whatever you feel like is abundance, right? For a lot of us, though, it's just money. So do not let others set the standards about how much money you should make or about what you should do with it, for you are the only one who could ever accurately define that. Come into alignment with who you really are and allow those things to flow into your experience that life has helped you know that you want, right? So this is really about us really settling down and figuring out what it is that we do want, but not by focusing on the lack of it or the wanting of it, but just by aligning our vibration with the fact that it's already coming to us, because everything is always working out for us. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer for the universe to line it up right. And it's usually because we're sitting there with the blankets over our head, not wanting to face the shit in our lives in order to make room for it. And that sometimes means dropping our baggage and leaving our martyrdom behind and realizing that, life is not doing this to us, but we are creating it as we go by what we are aligning with, by what we are feeling and thinking and doing, and what actions we are taking or not taking, because even not doing something is still making a decision. It's making the decision to leave it in the power of the other realms instead of harnessing that power yourself and driving your chariot where you want it to go, right? So let's get a soul coaching card or two. Surrender and strength. And our mantra for today says, I have deep inner strength and glorious vitality. All is well, and I surrender to my inner guidance. Ultimately, that really is about what this is that's going on. Us surrendering to the fact that, we already know the path of least resistance. We just need to stop resisting it. We need to start learning how to accept the gifts being given to us by the universe and stop passing them off to somebody else who we think deserves it more, or, in some other way, turning away from that which we know is. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's get one more soul coaching card to go with that, though. Action. Because soon it will be time to take action, right? But now is not necessarily that time. But we are stepping into that glorious future with determination and power. If you want your life to go somewhere, you first must choose where it is you want it to go, or life is going to choose for you. And it's not necessarily going to be what you wanted it to be. We must follow the path of least resistance. And that means surrendering to the strength of your own personal intuition and realizing that all of those weird little happenings are just synchronicities and the angels trying to guide you where you would not already go, right? All right, to close this out, let's get a couple out of the Black Affirmators deck. Chose 2, and we get no judgment. Nice. We often get stuck in that. And a bonus card, patience. So here is your biggest challenge. We are going to release ourselves from any and all judgment. We're going to find our inner critic, call it into our office, and tell it to take a vacation. And as it leaves the room, we're going to let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. And who hired that guy anyway? Right? Don't go into judgment about where your life has ended up. Just realize that you can reharness it at any point and make a different choice. And congratulations, my friends. You've been granted more patience with this discovery. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience, right? Can you believe it? You're still listening and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. So imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it'll be to go to the post office, right? Maybe there's something that you've been putting off, like going to the post office, or, whatever it is that you've been putting off in your life, decluttering that one drawer that's been driving you insane. You'd be surprised what a little bit of decluttering can do to your own mentals. So figure out what's going to make your life easy and then take those actions to get that where you need to go. And it may mean a little bit of work, but ultimately it will be to your best benefit to achieve that state of peace, whether it's at home or at work or wherever. Acknowledge the fact that there are things that you can do and it's not all up to the universe. Although if you free the way for the universe by surrendering to the fact that, everything is always working out for you and all your wants and needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectation, always and always, it leaves everything a little bit more open. So maybe stop focusing on a specific outcome and instead just focus on the fact that you want to be happy, you want to be loved, whatever it is, and then learn how to give yourself that first so that it can open the doorway for more and more and more and more. Because ultimately that's what the universe wants to give us, more and more and more and more of whatever it is that we're aligning with vibrationally. So figure out where your head and your heart are and how you can make them meet in the middle. And in that way, figure out how to manifest your own magic life. Thank you for joining me for mine, as you have every evening. And I will be back again tomorrow at 9 p.m. So until next time, my friends, may favor follow you wherever you go, as does my love. Be good. Be good to yourselves. And please keep being good to each other, because we really are changing the world every day, one soul at a time, starting with our own. You're very welcome. Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Ronnie, for joining me in the chat. It is a pleasure, as always, to mingle energies with the both of you and all the rest of you who are not in the chat as well, but have showed up for this video. I love each and every one of you beyond measure, and know you really are favored by the universe. So learn how to receive that, okay? And I'll see all of you tomorrow for another session of, well, whatever spirit decides to bring forth for us for this Sunday. Bye. Have an awesome night, everyone.